In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the rear brake hoses on this Audi A4. You're going to find this located behind the rear tires. Let's get into it. Using the tool from the trunk, we're going to pull the center cap off, just in that hole there. Just grab that. You can pull the center cap right off. Using a 17mm socket, take the lug bolts out. Before you get to the last one, just hold the wheel on so it doesn't fall. Take that off, then grab the wheel, and it comes right off. Using a T25 socket, we're going to take these screws out. Screw right there next to the shock. Take that out. Same T25. This one on the other side. And take that out. And on the front side of it, we're going to do the same T25 socket. Take these screws out. Another one up top. I grab the inner fender well. And just slide it out. With a hood prop, I'm going to push down on the brake pedal. Get this lined up against the seat. That's going to hold pressure on the brake system, and then when we open up the line, it's not going to drip out because the valve for the master cylinder is going to be closed, so it won't send any more brake fluid out. Using a 11mm line wrench, I'm going to loosen this up. It's a little bit rusty. Just put a drain bucket underneath. Work that back and forth. I'll just switch to a regular 11mm to make it easier. Once it's loose, you can just slide that out of the way. You can see that it's not dripping. It's because we have that rod, that hood rod on the brake pedal. Just take that clip out of the way. Just using some pliers. Just wiggle this. It's just rusted to it. Rusted to the bracket. Just wiggle it out of the bracket. There we go. Pull that down. Using a 13mm wrench, loosen up the banjo bolt. Drip a little bit of fluid. You could use a ratchet wrench here if you want to. Or just take the bolt out. Take that bolt out and take the hose off. And you can see the seal. Take that seal off. Take the other seal off. If you have to, you can use some pliers. Oops. or even just cut it off would be fine. That off. And we'll take the hose, the new hose, take a seal, go through, put that on the banjo bolt first, and it's going to go through the hose, and then another seal. And then you can see where there's a notch in the hose. There's a little pin. You want to line that pin up with the notch. Get that started. There we go. Now tighten this up. If you can get a torque wrench in there, you want to torque that to 28 foot-pounds. It's a little tricky, there's not much room, so do the best you can. It's good. And take the hose, go through the bracket, put this little spring clip on, and then the line is going to go through. Start tightening the line. And with the line wrench, we'll snug that down. That's good. And if you have the ability to torque that with the torque wrench, you want to torque that to 11 foot-pounds. I'm going to take the inner fender well. Slide it back in place. Get all the screws started. And get these screws in. And snug these down, or get these screws started. I'll snug those down. Now we can take the hood prop off the brake pedal. Now we're going to check the brake fluid level under the hood. You want to take a clean rag, just wipe around the reservoir, wipe the cap off. You can remove the cap. You can see on the cap what type of fluid. This vehicle takes .4 brake fluid. And we'll top it off. And there's a max line right on the side, right there. Fill it up to that line and put the cap back on. Now we're going to bleed the brakes. I'm going to use a 11mm wrench on the bleeder. And then I'm going to put a hose just to keep it clean. All the fluid's going to go into the hose. And we have an assistant in the vehicle and they're going to pump the brakes. Go ahead, slowly pump the brake pedal 3 times. And then hold it. And while they're holding it, I'm just going to open this bleeder. Get some air out. Did it go? It went to the floor? Okay. Now we're going to close it up. All right, go ahead, pump it 3 times. And hold it. We'll open it again. See the fluid coming out. Not too much air. Close it up. And go ahead, pump it 3 times. And hold it. Looks like we got all the air out. So we'll close that up. Take the hose off. Go ahead, let off on the brake. Just snug this up. Go ahead, pump it. How's it feel? Good. Feels good? Then we're good. Take the wheel, line it up. Get that started. Snug the bolt down, then you can let go of the wheel. Get the other bolt started. Snug those down. Now we're going to torque the lug bolts to 90 foot-pounds in a cross pattern to tighten the wheel down evenly. Go around again, double check. It's good. Take the center cap. Where the hole is, you want that lined up with the valve stem. Just tap it on.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.